Just when you think Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez cannot possibly say anything more stupid, she manages to somehow set the bar even lower. In a video posted yesterday on Twitter by The Recount, everyone's favorite moron spent a full minute running her mouth about how abortion is really an economic issue. It's not really surprising, as Democrats seem to get off by fantasizing about slaughtering the innocent. No, what's surprising was how she made the leap between killing an unborn child and corporate slave labor. This woman is completely unhinged. Stick around, check this insanity out. I tell you what, we don't need a big preamble, we don't need a lot of introduction here. I can just jump right into the video. This video was posted yesterday by The Recount on Twitter. It's only a minute long, and I want you to take a look at this, and we're going to break down exactly what this absolute moron had to say. Check it out.
Abortion is an economic issue.
No, it isn't. And hold up, you said abortion was a healthcare issue. Now you're claiming it's an economic one? Get your story straight.
Forcing poor and working class people to give birth against their will, against their consent, against their ability to provide for themselves or a child is a profound economic issue.
Okay, just stop it. Stop it. Nobody is being forced to give birth. This is a left-wing talking point to get the ignorant and the uneducated to start foaming at the mouth. Nobody is being forced to give birth because nobody's being forced to get pregnant. Giving birth is a potential consequence of having sex. With incredibly rare exception, the women getting pregnant are not being forced to do so. They're getting pregnant because of the choices that they and their sexual partners make. Nobody has to get pregnant. They get pregnant because of choices. And if you want to stop people from becoming pregnant when they don't want to have children, maybe you should think about educating people on how to prevent pregnancy. Oh, and for anybody listening who says, well, contraception isn't 100%, you can still get pregnant even when using contraception. Yeah, sure, you can get pregnant when you're using contraception. That's called a consequence of your choices. If you aren't prepared to have a child, to raise a child, to pay for raising a child, if you aren't prepared to be a parent, there is a simple solution guaranteed to prevent pregnancy. Don't have sex. Moving on.
And it's certainly a way to keep a workforce basically conscripted to large-scale employers and to employers to work more against their will, to take second and third jobs against their desire and their own autonomy.
Are you hearing this? This moron is actually saying large-scale employers want to prevent abortion in order to effectively produce slave labor. This woman is so stupid. There is actually a real danger that listening to her too closely may cause idiocy in others. For the sake of argument, let's break that down. Okay, first of all, many of those large-scale employers that AOC is claiming want to prevent abortion so as to bolster their workforces are the same companies who are offering to pay their employees that are in abortion-restricted states for costs that they may incur when traveling to abortion-friendly states for abortion services. So that doesn't really make sense. Second, she says these workforces are conscripted to work against their will. I'm not making that up. You heard her say it. She's not saying it tongue-in-cheek. She's not saying it in jest. It sure as hell wasn't hyperbole. She is actually trying to convince her supporters that large-scale employers, against every labor law we have, force people to work jobs they don't want to work, that the labor is compulsory. You don't have a choice in the matter. That is literally what conscription is, and that's what she's saying is happening. Third, she's saying people are being forced to get second and third jobs against their own desire and autonomy. Look, lady, people are having to get second and third jobs to pay for groceries right now under Biden's tanking economy and the highest inflation that we've seen since before AOC was even born. I tell you what, I hope she stretches before she does the mental gymnastics necessary to connect abortion to the havoc that her own party has caused in the finances of virtually every American household.
And so the idea that that abortion and access to abortion is somehow not a profound and central economic and class issue and class struggle is certainly something that I think a person who's never had to contend with the ability to carry a child it belies that perspective.
You know what? I'm honestly surprised she didn't try to insert race into the discussion here. Now, abortion access is a class issue and a class struggle. It isn't middle class and upper class people who will be restricted from slaughtering the unborn, only those unfortunate poor people who are going to be forced to get pregnant, forced to carry their children to term, forced to give birth, forced to raise their children until they're old enough to work in the fields or the factories or whatever dystopian nightmare AOC envisions for them. I would say that this is insane, but I truly believe that insanity is giving AOC too much credit. This woman is stupid, disgusting, evil, and stupid. Look, I know that getting both sides of this issue to agree on anything is going to be virtually impossible. But this kind of ludicrous, factually inaccurate, incendiary commentary is only making things worse. Abortion is not an economic issue. Abortion is not a healthcare issue other than in extreme and extremely rare circumstances. And abortion used as a means of birth control is abhorrent. Period. Full stop. Choosing to slaughter your unborn child because your birth control failed, or because you were too stupid or too lazy to use birth control in the first place, is disgusting. To say otherwise is nothing more than selfish, self-centered, narcissistic, and again, abhorrent attempted justification for the slaughter of the innocent. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, hit the like button and then click on subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way, you're going to be the first to know anytime we drop new content just like this. You'll also be helping the channel by telling the algorithm to show this video to other people who might be interested. Every little bit really does help, so thank you. That's my take. What's your take? You can let me know your take in the comments below. You can also let me know your take by joining the cult at PolPopCult on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Rumble, and Truth Social. Thank you for listening.